Alright, welcome back to the Castlevania Ravenloft RPG. Last week we were fighting werewolves in a big canyon. Jack is in pursuit of the leader of the werewolves. Grizzlemane is, as he is known here. Jack knows him by a different name, as he is a character from his past.
Carol.
Carol?
Carol.
Is this a meme I'm unaware of?
Carly.
Anyways, I can stop our Twitch pre-stream video. Also, I wanted to point out Alex's, Alexandra. Alex is what we call her. Alexandra's artwork here on the stream that someone made on a Facebook group that we're both part of. I thought it was pretty freaking sweet. So there's that. Inspired by her own previous drawings of her character. But that's our Belmont. And she wields quite the nasty whip. We'll see that in action momentarily. Let's see. Last we left off, it was Leo's turn. And Leo has just recently earned a little bit of inspiration for making a terrible pun about me hurting myself. Probably missed that story earlier. But let's go ahead and get back started. We have werewolves that are being routed to the left side of the map there. They are leaving the combat area. In combat now, let's see. Was Werewolf 5 running? I think he...
Yes. He got scared from the damage that the other werewolves have been taking. But werewolf number 2 and 3 are still hostile.
Alright, so Werewolf 5 is on his way out of combat. What happened to the spell that you used that was temporary?
The spell was for werewolf 4 and 6, but me and William actually used persuasion with advantage against them, and that's what caused them to leave.
Okay, yeah. So they are now willingly leaving, understanding that the party that Emil has brought with him is probably going to be the victor. So they'll come back later. Hopefully, under new leadership. Alright, so Leo, you see a couple of werewolves run past you unaggressively, giving you enough space as they hop down the dry waterfall, and you can see them obscured by the mist as they grow farther away from you. Ahead is Van Richten. Up on the top there, you have Mr. Jeeves engaging with a werewolf archer. And there's another one perched high on a plateau that's kind of out of your view. But you can hear combat still going on ahead of you. What would you like to do to start us off?
Climb.
Oh no. I'm suddenly reminded climbing didn't work out too well. But it's a new week, so we'll have new luck. Let me share with you the normal NPC that we do.
I mean, I don't know what to roll for climb.
Your strength is at a +4, so just roll a d20 and add 4.
Okay.
Alright, see? Starting it off with a good roll. You can go ahead and climb up either little plateau there. Alright. And that was only about, let's see, climbing's at half speed, so we'll say you've got enough for either action where you're at, or you can move again. Probably getting up to that werewolf if you'd like.
Yeah, that's what I like to do.
Sure, that second little step there isn't too much, so no climb check needed if you want to get up close to him.
Alright.
Alright, now, moving that far, though, because of the climb, there's not quite just enough to take an action. but
Okay.
you will have that opportunity next round.
Okay.
Anything else before you end your turn?
Oh, that's it.
All right. Van Richten sees that everything is going favorably, but he wants to be close to anybody who needs him. He's going to move up past Elias into this space, in case anyone needs some healing later. Elias, it's your turn.
Okay. So it looks like Archer number 2 is injured. He's going to move. He's still not commanding his fairies to attack. He's going to move about here, and he's going to encourage Willem to come with him to try to persuade Werewolf Archer number 2 to turn back.
Sure. You see that Willem's willing to help on his turn.
Okay,
Or
you want me
if,
to do that?
if it's just a persuasion, I mean, he can speak out of turn, so if talking is all you're doing to persuade him, then just go ahead and do it with advantage. But I need to know what you're going to say as well. The roll will definitely affect a weight in the outcome, but it also depends on what you say.
Right. So Elias waits for Willem to get close to them so he can see that he has, one of his kin with him, and he says, "As you can see, my friend, this is a losing battle for you, and your comrades are already fleeing. You can't win this fight. Emil will be a much better leader for you as well. Please turn now while you can." And here's my roll, advantage, persuasion. Where's that?
Ooh, a 19. That's actually really good. He is already injured, and with that persuasion, and also seeing that some people have abandoned the fight and have joined your side, he's going to look at Mr. Jeeves and Leo next to him, and then peer back down at you, and just give you a firm nod, and then he strings his bow back over his shoulder.
All right. That's good. And I'm looking at my actions available. And I'm not going to do anything else. So pass, Alex.
All right. Alexandra, you have a werewolf
I-
right in front of you.
I believe I had asked last time if Emil could boost me up onto that platform.
Yeah, he looks like he's willing to help. There's a
Werewolf
good...
5 is trying to leave too.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then that's what she will expect. Emil, if you can get me up there, I can try to reason with that other pack member.
I have a feeling I know how your reasoning is going to go, but... And then he cups his hands to catch a boot. You plant your boot in his hands, and he hoists you up. So just climb with advantage.
Okay.
Sure, yeah, you get on up there.
Alright, she's going to hold her whip the ready, but she's not going to attack immediately. She's going to turn to the werewolf and say, "It doesn't have to end this way. Emil would be a much stronger leader for your pack. Most of your comrades have already left. You don't have to die here. I know you probably don't want to. And I certainly don't want to hurt."
Well, let's see if the beauty can tame the beast. Roll a persuasion check. 18, yes. Due to the situation, the difficulty check on that's not too much. So this werewolf is also going to look over at the archer who just slung his bow back. Obviously not part of the fight. It says, "I agree, but I can't speak for everyone ahead."
Just having one more person on our side is an enormous help. Thank you.
I will not fight
I'm
with
sure
you,
you're
but I will not fight for you either.
I wouldn't ask you to fight for me. Fight for me. I'm sure your loyalty will go rewarded, and rewarded well.
You have a feeling that it doesn't look like he's willing to follow you and attack with you, but you can tell he's no longer a threat to you.
Well, that's fine.
Well done.
Do you have enough movement to climb back down with Emil?
Yeah, you can either climb or take a 20-foot jump.
She's gonna climb. We
Okay.
know what happens when she jumps.
Well, unfortunately, Emil, the best he can do is probably catch you if you're falling. So just roll a normal climb check, athletics or climb. I guess athletics and climb are the same thing now.
Yeah, it's an extra catch.
Yes. All right. Let's just make sure he can actually do so.
Does she swan dives as she falls?
She does a handspring off the back of the cliff, expecting him to catch her at that point.
Well, he rolled an 11, and he only gets a +1 on that. So, with the 12, you smack down, and he helps you up swiftly, but you take 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Great. She's gonna brush herself off.
You might have heard someone snicker. It sounded kind of dog-like a wincing dog.
Wow.
She doesn't give a shit what these werewolves think. Fuck them. She's gonna stand up, brush herself off, and continue on her merry way.
All right, I'm gonna remove Werewolf 4 and Werewolf 6 from the map. Werewolf 5 is going to continue on out, so he gets about here. And his 2 accomplices, now no longer threats. If you let them pass, he's also going to leave the battle. But Leo and Jeeves, he's going to have to get by you two to do it. So, Leo, would you like to do anything before he gets by you? Or are you just going to let him pass?
That's alright.
Okay, if you let him pass, he's going to get to about here.
Jeeves doesn't get a say because he's late.
Yeah, silly old Jeeves. The other werewolf hops down, and you can tell Willem is not happy that they are not joining the fight. He says something about them being cowards. All right, with that said, though, Willem had moved kind of in tandem with Elias, so that's where he's at now. And he's just ready to continue. Jack, it is your turn. It looks like all combatants that you have seen so far have been dealt with. But you can tell that this dry riverbed goes on for a bit more. Heavily obscured by mist. Yes, and as you get closer there, I'll reveal more map. Yes, you see the path narrows, and beyond it you can't really see much else other than fog. So it looks like a pinch point here.
Perfect ambush spot. Great. How tall is the outcropping?
Oh, it's only about 10 foot tall on that side.
Do I need to make an athletics check?
Yeah, the difficulty's not too bad, but it's worth a check. Oh, excellent. Yeah, no problem for you.
Strength of creepy swole Hulk.
Yes, Creepy Hulk digs his hands into the side of this cliff and just effortlessly pulls himself up.
Although it's creepier because he looks like quote unquote normal Jack now.
So,
right.
Is your illusion covering your mask so it looks like your old face?
Yeah.
Okay.
Able to leap tall cliffs within a single bound.
Peering down, you can see that this opens up to either side. There's a large rock outcrop, sort of directly in front of you and a little to the right. You don't see any werewolves lying in wait. But I'm going to have you roll a perception check. All right, yeah. You don't smell or hear anything either. So that's about all you can do for movement. Did you want to take an action this round, cast a spell or anything?
Sure. Actually. Yeah, I know what I'm gonna do. Let me just double check that I still have that. Okay. I'm gonna cast Acid Splash. That is another island of rock jutting up, right?
You mean like right here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Acid Splash here-ish.
Okay. Noted. You speak the arcane words and do the motions, and then you hear your splash hit what sounds to be like some kind of hard surface. Nothing wincing in pain unexpectedly, though.
Alright. Wait. I'm good.
All right, next up would be Mr. Jeeves, and I'm just going to move him forward, and I'm going to use his spider climbs to get him about, let's see, due to the terrain, even though he has his slippers, he gets about here, up on the side of the cliff. Let's see, is that one move or two? It's 5, 10. Yeah, that's about good. Emil is going to continue. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. And he's going to take up position right here and wait. Leo, you are up. Literally, you're like 20 feet up.
Oh, yeah. I will follow Mr. G.
Following Mr. Jeeves is going to be exceedingly difficult. He has slippers that let him basically climb like a spider, effortlessly on any surface, and it even slowed him down with all the rocks and stuff that he had to climb around as if it was difficult terrain. So I wouldn't suggest following his exact path there. It would require some pretty impressive climb checks.
Then I would just drop down.
Okay. Climb down or drop?
How far up am I?
About 20 feet. That's 2d6 of damage if you choose to do that.
I was just thinking how sturdy am I, but I'll go ahead and climb down.
Okay. Athletics check or just strength check, which for you, I believe was at a... Let's see. I'll just look. At a +4. Yeah. Yes, 15. That's enough to get down just fine. So that's, depending on where you want to go down, go ahead and place yourself.
Be right here.
Okay. So that's 5, 10, let's see, 15, 20, that's about 30 foot of movement, maybe just a little bit less. So you have enough to either move again, another 30 feet, or take an action.
Yeah, I'll move again. Right here.
Okay. Next up, if that's all for your turn, will be Van Richten.
Yep.
All right, Van Richten's also going to follow you. He's going to stand about here. And then he's just going to wait. Elias, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to take full movement to go as far east as I can.
Sure.
So it's going to be 5. I'm going to go right here.
All right.
What do I see?
Roll a perception check.
Okay. Perception.
Very good. You do hear rocks kind of crumbling and tumbling a little bit. You're not sure if someone's up high or if that's just the cliff itself over time. Just raining down small pebbles. In front of you, you see the 20-foot crop of rock jutting upwards, and you see a smaller one beyond that with a small gap between. The gap looks like you could squeeze through it if you wanted to, but other than that, it looks like a path that continues very narrow beyond that small outcrop.
Elias calls out to what he can't see, and he says, "The majority of your pack has turned back. They know they cannot win this fight, and Emil will be a better leader for you. Please, we don't mean to hurt you. Call off this fight."
Roll persuasion.
Um,
23 is good. Your words do catch the attention of Emil enough for him to comment to you, "They're probably afraid of what Grizzlemane has in store for them if they were to turn traitor."
that makes sense, but I think we've been very successful so far in turning them back. It's
More
worth
so
it.
than I thought we would be. Keep it up.
All right, that's Elias's turn.
Okay, next up is Alex.
She notices that William is kind of that so many of his friends and packmates. So
Mhm.
she's gonna turn to him and she's gonna off. They may be, but I'm sure he'll make you his right-hand man. You can train them to be brave and stronger than they are.
Willem just says to the werewolf next to him, "You see, she's right, you know. You should fight with us." Alex, just make a persuasion check with advantage. $15. Yeah, it actually seems to give the werewolf pause, and he turns around. All right, so werewolf archer number 3 seems to be on the team. He looks
Emil
healthy.
is an honorable man. Did I cut out again?
Yeah, you're cutting out kind of bad, but it's fine. I think we can understand what you're saying, or trying to say.
Anyway, what I had said was, Emil is an honorable man. I'm sure he will reward without delay then, which is going to be complete. 30. She will get here.
All right. Well, with that, it'll be Willem's turn next.
Oh, fuck, the cursor disappeared.
Oh, yeah, that's always a bad sign to you, huh?
Yeah. Because I know what happens when the cursor disappears.
That just means there's an enemy around, that's all. It could be werewolf number 5,
we don't know what
right?
kind of enemy.
Werewolf number 5 is going to continue out of the riverbed, retreating to the forest. So he's no longer on the combat tracker. Everything else is eerily still, but you see William and who he is referring to now as Swifty flanking right and ready to provide ranged support should anything happen in this canyon. Werewolf Archer number 2 is also going to leave the scene. And Jack, you're next.
We have a few new viewers.
Does that take my 30 feet?
Yeah, that's about right.
Anything jump out at me yet?
Roll persuasion. Perception.
Persuasion.
Persuasion. It's like persuasion.
To be
Yeah. Persuasion.
Inception, persuasion, perception.
GM's rolling 20s, guys.
God.
You perceive no threats, but the tension in the air lets you know that whatever's ahead is waiting for you.
Still a bloody coward, Carl.
Alex is going to lean over to Jack. That ass is waiting for your potato.
You do see to the left there's a small space where you might be able to fit through if you wanted to try to maybe hug the north cliff wall. Other than that, there's the obvious direction in front of you where you do see some rocks covered in mist. It looks like there's lots of rocks jutting up in the fog in front of you.
What am I gonna do? As he's moving towards the dangerous part of the cliff face, the one where he has to squeeze.
Okay.
We love you, Jack. We know you can do it.
At that, he stops, turns, and says, "Do you love me, Alexandria?"
You know I do, Jack.
She smiles
It's work.
reassuringly.
He smiles. He continues on his way.
Okay, walking up north, you peer between two rocks, and it appears... Well, how would you like to approach this squeezable entryway in between these rocks?
Right now, bold as brass.
Bold as brass, okay. In that case, is that where you want to stop? You can move one more space north and kind of look in. All right. When you do, as bold as brass, roll a perception check. It's actually a different one, so... Yep. Oh, I can't believe it. You don't see anything, which is surprising. I didn't think werewolves would be so good at hiding. In fact, I'm gonna ask for my werewolf. Some Mike's talking too much. You do happen to see a werewolf.
Wave.
Yeah, because you approach so boldly, you can tell that he has taken notice of your approach. And you wave, and he doesn't respond. He might not know what to do with such a wave.
He's just confused.
Yeah, but he does
This
not
is your
wave
one and
back.
only warning.
Jack
Well,
used
that's
confusion. It's super.
This is your one and only warning. You should leave now. Everyone who's opposed us is either dead or dying.
You can see just bloodlust in this thing's eyes as its mouth foams ready for battle.
Oh, don't be boring. Emil will make a much better leader than Carl. Whatever, you know. You want to attack me, I will literally rip your head from your shoulders, but it's up to you.
Yeah, snarl rage. That's all you get.
It is worth noting we're still on Shadowblade time, so he is holding that
That's
sword
fine.
that looks like it's carved.
Absolutely. Okay, well, that's because of the full move action there. That's the end of your round. Mr. Jeeves, you are still not with us? Really? Come on, guy. Oh, Mark. You're tearing me apart, Mark.
Tearing me apart.
All right.
I was going to be upset if somebody didn't do it proper.
Emil, sounds like Jack has found prey, so he's going to attempt to flank. It's 15, 20, 25,
As he passes, Alexander smirks.
30.
And you had such little.
What did I do? I have created 2 Emils, and I have no idea how I did that.
You cloned the werewolf.
I did. Oh, okay.
What-
He's back.
Which one? Okay. I was going to say, which one's the real Emil?
I think what I did was I drug his icon, and then I right-clicked after I drug before releasing the left click. And if you do that to your character profile, you might see that's a feature or something, because it's doing something. I think it might be your proposed move. If we were... I can lock it to where I have to approve all the
Yeah, if you
movement.
lock tokens.
But I trust you guys know how to count squares and footage. Yeah. Yes, Emil gets there, and then you hear him snarl, ready to attack. Let's see.
You didn't hear what Alex said as he passed.
What did Alex say again?
As he was passing by, she just smirked at him and said, "And you had such little faith in me."
Huh. Yeah, he just kind of disregards your comment, and then runs to flank the werewolf that he sees looking at Jack. As he does so, a very clever werewolf was hiding, and Jack now sees him pop out and attack Emil with a surprise round. So, werewolf, you get some freebies here. The interesting thing about when this werewolf attacks Emil, however, is it looks like the damage from his claws only damage Emil for a moment before healing up. These claws aren't magical. So werewolf versus werewolf, not a very effective way to fight.
That doesn't seem right, does it?
It doesn't seem right, but that's what's happening. And it looks like when these werewolves start ripping into each other, it's more about trying to restrain the other one so that the rest of the pack could maybe jump in on him. So you see basically a contest of strength, which I will do right now. And Emil wins the contest of strength, so it doesn't look like he's in any danger here. But yes, he has helped reveal another opponent to Jack's vision here. Afterwards, it's Leo's turn. Leo, you hear two werewolves off in the distance, tearing into each other.
Did you give Jeeves a turn?
Oh, actually, I didn't. I skipped him. But Emil didn't get his attack that he wanted to do, and I'm going to... Well, no, he moved twice, didn't he? No, he... Let's see.
He moved once, I think.
15, 20, 25, 30...
Yeah,
Oh, no. Yeah, he moved a little bit too far. He can't get his attack in.
Okay.
I will move Jeeves. He has a little bit better time up there, but it's still difficult terrain. See, that's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. He's keeping the high ground. And where Jeeves is at, he can sort of see through a little bit of this brush. It would be difficult for him, but he could still move through that without having to go around it.
He's got the dash action to double his movement if he needs to.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Let's do that. I forgot. You're good at playing Mr. Jeeves. Yeah, we'll say that he can actually get to where he can see some combat. If he's high enough, which he's not really. But working around this large part of the cliff is not such a great perch from this position. Maybe something in the battle will change. Who knows? But that's where Jeeves is for now. Leo, what would you like to do?
I guess I'll move up.
All right.
Leo should have enough movement to get like right next to Jack.
Yeah, he could if he wants to. That works too. Roll a perception check. For you, that is at a negative... Well, no, that's wisdom. It's just a regular plain D20. Ooh, a natural 20. Okay. I'm going to give you even better, thanks to that nat 20. I'm going to say you can clearly see all of this area, and in so doing, you notice two werewolves. One here, and another here.
Leo looks to Alexandra and shouts out, "They're coming for you."
Then we'll be ready.
Points to his right. "They're there."
All right, well spotted. Anything else, or is that the end of turn?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
At least now we will be taken by surprise. Thank you, Leo.
Van Richten also takes a place here to where he can be effective when needed. Elias. Did we skip over Swifty and William?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
They moved up a little bit, but that was about all they did.
Oh, yeah, they did do that this round, didn't they?
I'm not sure.
I think
Yes,
so.
they did.
Yeah. All right, Elias, you're up first in the round. Top of the round here with your temporary hit points.
All right. So Elias, he hears things going on north of him, but he can't see what's happening. He hears growls, and he knows that some kind of encounter is getting ready to go down. But
Mm-hmm.
all he knows is what he can see in front of him. So he's going to continue on here to see what's closer to this crack here and what's to the east of him.
Sure. What's to the east of you looks to be another pathway. The cliff continues to rise to your right, but there is a passage forward. And because that werewolf was spotted by Leo, it kind of knows it was spotted and it stopped hiding. So you can see it as well.
Number 7 or 6? Or
Number 6. Number 7, you kind of have to take a better look around the crack there, get a little closer.
Okay.
You can fit by that way, but through that if you squeeze, by the way. Which just means it's treated like difficult terrain. It'll take you an extra 5 feet of movement.
No, I think I'll come up behind number 6, and I'll also have my fairies attack when I get close to it.
Excellent.
But I'm going to get right... here, and first I'm going to use Sacred Flame. Cast that on him. Is that a failure?
It's a failure, yeah.
Okay. So he takes this much from that spell.
Okay. 5 points.
And then he's going to use, I'm going to use the Spirit Guardians on him, and we'll see if he succeeds or fails this check.
He succeeded.
Okay, so it's half of this. $11.
Yes. And it automatically applied correctly. Very nice.
Cool.
All right, yes, and he'll take those at the beginning of his turn too, since he's in the radius of your fairies.
Correct.
All right, good round. Anything else? Now that you're a little closer, you can kind of see that he's in between 2 taller rocks, and that it continues the pathway to the right as well.
Okay, that's it for me.
All right, Alex. Seems like plenty of choices here for you.
Yeah, she's going to head around and try to help Emil, though. If she can help him subdue one of those wolves, at least, maybe they can try to talk some sense.
Yeah, you can get past Leo and then position yourself where you'd like.
So she's going to try to trip Werewolf.
Okay, let's see it.
Ah, crap. His token's not working right.
Hmm?
His token's not working right. I just dragged my dice on top of him on the map, and it didn't do anything.
Try again. His token should be okay.
Yeah, number 6 worked fine.
It failed its save, so it is going to be tripped. And it is a hit.
Yep.
So we will see some damage coming out. All right. Did that include the D8?
It did not.
It looks like 2D.
Oh, yeah, it was 2d8s. Yeah, so yeah. No, that was 2d10s from the whip.
Oh, okay.
It did not include the.
That's fine. Just roll that.
dice.
Roll that separately for him.
Actually, no.
It did, because her combat superiority dice are d10s now, so it included the d10 from the whip and the d10 from combat superiority, so it's coded right.
Awesome. All right. That was your first attack. What else you got? It's prone now, so it's going to have disadvantage. Or can you drag your prone effect over to it?
I thought I did.
I'll check
I
it.
did not have prone coded.
Huh. Well, it says trip attack damage 10 on it. I don't know what that means.
That was just an effect for the damage. In case it succeeded, which it did. I don't know why I don't have prone coded. I thought I did.
That's fine. I can throw it on there real quick.
Sorry.
No problem. Okay, it's prone. You can take your next shot.
Oh, I know why it doesn't say prone, because the disadvantage attack and grand advantage attack melee, that's all the coding for prone. That's why. So right now I think he has double prone. It's all good.
I will just remove all this other stuff on him.
How hurt is he looking?
Not hurt.
Okay then. Another lashing it is.
Yeah, you can tell you're making progress. His wounds aren't healing or anything. Ooh, a critical! There we go!
Why did I get... Oh, that's right. I get advantage on it.
Yeah, because he was prone.
Oh, shit. Please don't kill him. Please don't kill him. Please don't kill him.
Why not? Oh, heavy damage there. Yes. Yeah, 20 points of damage. He's not dead, but he is on the ground and howling. You can tell Emil's just ready to pounce on him.
Stand down. You don't have to die here today.
That'll do it.
Well, he goes next. Roll an intimidation. Or a persuasion, whichever one you prefer. Because you just kind of did both. Either or, you know. Actions speak louder than words. And with your intimidation, you don't think that he's ready to give up the fight. For some reason, these werewolves are extra vicious.
Yeah, they're closer to Grizzlemane. Probably what it is.
Emil, I tried. I'm sorry.
In his hybrid form now, he's just growling, and you can tell he hears you, but there's nothing sentient coming out of him. All right, Werewolf 10. Why did I skip you? Go back. It is going to use its movement to get up, and then turn to you, Alex. And first, it's going to try and bite you. It's a hit. You take 10 points of damage, and I will need a Constitution save.
Great.
All right. Good save. After that, it's going to claw at you. And hits. Wow, I can't believe it, man. Thought you guys were invincible at this point. The damage from the claws, 9 points. So you're feeling it a little bit, but you know it could be worse. It's nothing that you haven't dealt with before.
Yeah.
All right, next up is... Which one were you at? Oh, my game's frozen. What the heck?
There you go. Oh,
Oh god.
11.
Another one.
Yeah, he is going to reveal himself. I was just trying to find him. There's so many damn werewolves. And he's going to come out this way. Well, I don't know. He kind of knows Elias is down there a little bit, but Elias hasn't really... No, I don't think he does know Elias is down there at all. Yeah, he's just going to get to the closest thing that he can kill. Another bite attack comes in and hits. surprisingly.
Yeah, really.
Alex, you take another
Parry.
6 point. Oh, parry. What does parry allow?
Expend 1 superiority die to reduce the number of damage. Your superiority die plus your dex modifier.
Okay.
So 1d10 plus what the hell is my next modifier? 5.
No problem. It would have only done 6 damage,
No
so I'm
damage.
just going to take that back down to 30, where you were at. Now it's claws. Does that last for the whole round, or just that one attack? Probably just that
It's
one
just the
attack.
one
Okay. The claws come in and miss. All right. Now this one down
She's
here
gonna smack his hand away.
was it first saw Leo before Elias kind of got around to the back there. So would it actually... Elias, you saw it. I'm not sure if it saw you. You didn't say you were being sneaky. So I'm going to say it does know of your presence.
I
Oh.
mean, the spirit guardians did damage it.
Oh,
If it
that's
was
right.
just a
That's
little,
right.
so-
Of course, yeah. Thank you. Sometimes your DM could be better. Sorry.
Also, Elias wears full plate, so he's not very sneaky, even if he tries to be.
Yeah. All right. Well, this werewolf is going to focus on you then, Elias. It starts out with a bite.
Hold on a second, Mike, before you do that.
Oh, it's its turn. It needs to do the Spirit Guardians again.
Oh, I wasn't even thinking about that. I was equipping my shield, but yeah, I'll do the Spirit Guardian.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's see. Here we go.
It failed.
Alright, so it takes full damage of this.
Whew, that's a lot of dice.
Just 13.
Oh, only 13 points. Well, that's okay.
Only 13.
Do you have your shield equipped now?
I do, yes.
All right. So its bite did hit, and that is going to be 9 points of damage. I'll need a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Swear to God, if you start turning furry, we're gonna put you.
Okay.
13.
Noted. Claws come in after that and miss you. All right. Yeah, you felt like that could have gone worse. Now this one next to Leo is going to attack Leo. First with a bite. Oh, that's damage. I did not mean to do that. But it doesn't matter anyway. Okay. Yeah. It tried to bite you and it did nothing. With the claws, it hits with the claws, but let's see if that does anything. Yeah, so as this thing starts biting and clawing into Leo, Leo, although you're not able to dodge its attacks, you don't feel like this thing is damaging the form that you've been possessing. It's doing physical damage, but it doesn't look like anything that's going to reduce your effectiveness.
So I don't feel a thing.
Do you really feel anything in this form? I'm not sure. That's a great question that I'm not going to ponder on.
Okay.
But no, it doesn't feel. You do not feel like it's going to be a problem. Taking bites and scratches from these things. All right, next is. What do I want to do with you? Yeah. Let's see, that's 5, 10, 15, 20.
The curse is gone. He's got another enemy coming.
Quit metagaming.
It's gone! It's not something that's easy to notice when it disappears.
Okay, so when you guys move, do you count diagonals as twice or just once?
I count them once.
Okay, in that case, this werewolf can actually get to the space I want it to get to. Emerging from this direction, this werewolf gets here, moving past his friend, and attacks Alex. First with a bite,
Fun.
which misses, and then claws, which also miss. All right, you got a lot of them lined up there.
Yeah, I know.
It looks like the last one for the round is this one here next to Emil. It's going to attempt to pin Emil with a natural 20. So unless Emil, like, natural 20s here. Yes. Okay, so Emil seems pinned. Basically, they're grappling, and it looks like under normal circumstances, these two werewolves would be damaging each other, but werewolves don't seem to have magical claws, so they're just occupying time. Maybe the rest of the pack is about to turn around on Emil. You're not sure, but it sounds horrible as they scuffle. Swifty is going to move up. Can he get in a better spot? Let's see. 5, 10, 15, where Vander is 20, 25, 30. It's just no good line of sight there. But he wants to set up for a good round next time. So he is going to climb on top of this rock. And next round he'll be able to be more effective.
Which one is grappling Emil?
The one to his north, werewolf number 9.
Okay.
Number 9? Number 9?
Good to know.
Werewolf number 9.
All right. Swifty is going to try a little bit more of a difficult climb and didn't make it. He was trying to climb up here. Jack, it's your turn now. Jack, there are lots of werewolves in a group. If you have any line-based spells, probably get 3 of them.
Oh, I do. All right, so order here is important. Firstly, can I move my hex to Werewolf 9?
Sure, bonus action.
Okay. And then I'm going to look downrange. Say I gave you a warning. And then Jack is going to make the arcane motions, part of which is a... You ever seen Fire Emblem?
I have.
Yeah.
You know the mages, how they do that little backspin when they're doing a particularly large spell?
Uh-huh.
That's what he does.
And what's
and then
the
my
effect?
reskin... Acid Burst, Acid Bolt, the reskinned Lightning Bolt.
Oh, okay. Yes. The acid bolt.
Acid Blast is what it's called. They need to save against DC 16.
Are you just getting those 3? Or are you somehow involving Werewolf 9 that you hexed?
I'm getting those 3 this round.
Alright, which attribute did you want to hex for Werewolf 9?
For him, we're going to hex Strength.
Alright, good idea since he's grappling. And the first one there saved and succeeded. The second one failed. And the third one succeeded.
Alright, then
Where does the line of that magic stop? Because Elias is aligned vertically the same.
Oh
You're
my!
No, you're behind a wall of rock, so you'll be fine.
Okay.
Woo!
33.
Holy snikes. 33 on...
And then
That's-
if it doesn't automatically half this is halved towards these creatures, these other two, because they saved.
Well, okay, the first one and the last one are the ones that saved. So... Okay, yeah, that's half. Yeah, it automatically did it. It's sure is smart.
Oh my god, it looks like a stoplight.
Yeah, and that one is half as well.
Look at their little icons. Red, orange, and green.
Oh, a stoplight. I get you.
Oh yeah.
So then Jack does that, burns them all, and after that, what looks like a fire hose worth of acid bursts out of his palm, setting anything flammable from him to that rock cropping on fire. He's going to look at them and say, "Do you really want to keep fighting?"
Roll for intimidation.
Can I swap out my strength for charisma?
On Werewolf 9, yes. All right. Oh my god.
Wouldn't Jack be able to burn one of his luck points to make that higher?
Could, but not.
He doesn't need to.
God.
I rolled two threes, a 5, and an 8.
Ooh.
So the 8, yeah, they all failed actually. God. So what's the effect of the intimidation? They feel like they're doing good in battle at the moment.
Do they? They just got hosed down with acid.
Yeah, they don't like that at all. That doesn't make them afraid. That makes them pissed off. But I'm trying to think of what a fair success here would be.
Make them feel like these people aren't worth it. That it would
Well-
be better just to accept Emil as rule.
What it could be is they're not going to stop fighting, but they are scared of Jack, so they're going to get away from him.
Yeah, I like that much better. Sure, so they're frightened, but frightened of Jack only. So they will have the condition frightened, which, just as a reminder, disadvantage on abilities and attack rolls while attacking the source of its fear within line of sight. And they can't willingly move closer to Jack. So that is that condition. Okay, very good round, Jack. You smacked a lot of damage on that one. Anything else? Or shall we go to Mr. Jeeves, who's actually going to... Oh, he's here! Hey,
I've been here a while. Hello.
welcome.
You didn't hear me say hello, Mark, earlier?
No.
I didn't hear that either.
I didn't either.
Could
Did.
Could I have a map, please?
I would love to share the map with you. There you go.
All right. Where am I? Oh, I'm way over there. Okay. All right. Let's see.
Do we have JonTron in the chat? I see JTron24. I just instantly think JonTron.
All right. I'm gonna take a shot at Werewolf 7. I think.
Okie doke.
He's actually our paladin from the Friday Curse of Strahd campaign, Mike.
Oh, well, hey, JTron.
Oh, so close.
Oh, yes, that's a hit. Almost a critical, yeah.
Yeah. Almost. But not quite.
All right, excellent damage. There's some 1s and 2s in there, but still, it's a deadly weapon. 21 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
Werewolf 7 is no longer feeling as good as he was.
Not feeling very chipper now.
Nope.
I'm in trees here, aren't I? So can I like hide?
Uh, You're in bush. There's a tree to the north you could hide under.
A bush will do.
Well, you just attacked from that location, so they kind of see you.
Okay.
If you break the line of sight, you can hide. So if you like go behind the tree,
There you go.
that'll work. Go ahead and roll a hide check. Hey, sweetie, how's the movie?
It was good. It was really funny.
Where's Ember?
In there.
Oh, okay. Stealth check 18. Noted. All right. Anything else?
Nope, that's it for now.
All right. Good deal. Emil is next, and he's going to try to break this grapple. He rolls a 3, and his opponent rolls higher, so he does not break the grapple. They ineffectively keep harming each other, or trying to. Leo, you're up.
With disadvantage?
Not disadvantage because it's not against you. And his hex was changed to charm.
Charisma, yeah.
Charisma, yeah. Instead of the grapple.
What?
You changed his hex ability to charisma.
I did?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, to try to intimidate.
No, I said, can I change intimidation?
Huh?
Can I use strength for
No,
intimidation?
you clearly said, can I change hex to charisma? And I said
Okay,
yes.
well, all right.
I thought the grapple thing was a better idea, but
I'm apparently insane because whatever.
well,
I think maybe you misunderstood each other, but I thought you meant the hex too.
you know what? I think Jack.
No, it's fine.
No, it's
cool.
it's okay. I'll make it with disadvantage. But keep in mind, Emil rolled a 3, so if this doesn't work, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay,
well,
yeah, he still rolled higher, even with disadvantage.
the
all he had
difference
to
is
do-
now Jack's going to look at him.
Yeah, you can tell that they're of comparable strength, and basically the die roll is raw when they're contesting each other. So the 3 really hurt Emil, not so much the disadvantage there. But we'll continue that with disadvantage on strength for him. All right, Leo, you are up, and you have a werewolf right next to you that just got a streak of darkness just like lands into the neck of this thing, and you see Mr. Jeeves in the bushes high on the cliff there has just shot him in the neck. You also see Alex has her hands full with 3 werewolves in front of her.
Well, I'm gonna take care of the one from behind, which is werewolf. Let's see. I will do a slam.
Come on and slam, and welcome to the jam. Yes. All right. It's a hit. Yes. You can tell that just as your damage was not... just as their weapons didn't affect you, your slam doesn't affect the werewolf like it would a normal being due to their curse.
Okay.
That's Leo's first attack, isn't it? That he's made.
I think it's the very first one, yeah.
Yeah, it's my very first one and didn't do much.
It didn't do anything. Sorry. Those werewolves,
Oh.
man. If you had a silver slam,
Silver slam.
If only if I had a silver slam.
well, did you want to reposition yourself or anything?
Not sure. I want to like see if I can like shield some like Alexandra and my
Um,
allies.
yeah, I would say that if you want to use your move action like partially out of turn, I'll let you two switch places, but she would have to disengage, and that'll be up to her on her round. Because if she moves out of their attack radius, they're all going to get an attack of opportunity against her. So, in other words, no, not really. There's no good way to do that. Alex would be actually better at that since she has feats that are tailored to protecting people.
I figured.
Actually, I do have evasive footwork.
Evasive footwork, what does that allow?
When you move, you already die rolling die and adding the number you rolled to your AC until you stop.
Do what? When you move, you roll something?
You roll a superiority die,
Uh-huh.
and when you roll the die, you add the number that you rolled to your AC until you stop.
Oh, yeah. So, if you wanted to burn a combat superiority, your AC would probably be up so high that they don't have a good chance of hitting you. I'm surprised they're hitting you at all, actually. But, okay. I'll leave that up to you two. Normally...
I thought if you disengage, they don't get attack of opportunity on you, though.
True, but if she disengages,
You
she's
don't
not
have-
attacking.
Age that way.
Because disengage is the action. So she wouldn't be getting her attacks in, which would suck.
Right.
Right, but normally I like, a player to get their movement and their whole turn done during their turn, but I'll allow that swap if that's what you guys want to do. When it comes to Alex's turn. So Van Richten now, he is going to... let me look at his weapons. Yes, it is silvered. He's going to produce his silvered sword from his cane and attack the one right next to Leo. And I can't see it because something was covering the window while I wanted to drag the attack on. Alright, so Werewolf 7, you are hit with this silver cane sword for 5 points of piercing damage. Alright, Van Richten has entered the fray. Elias, you're up next.
I believe Van Richten gets 2 attacks.
Does he? Let me check. Is he a multi-attack? Let's see. Traits, special equipment, spellcasting, undead slayer, multi-attack. He does! He does! How did you know that? Have I just been doing it in the past?
You've done it before.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you. I would have neglected that completely. You guys have a shitty DM, I'm so sorry. He does miss his second attack, however. Sorry.
Okay.
But good thinking. Thank you for reminding me.
No problem.
Elias,
I
you're up.
like Van Richten to get his moments in when he can.
Yes. Especially now that he's no longer insane.
Yeah. So Elias, he looks at werewolf number 6, and he looks him in the eye as best as he can. He says, "Are you certain you wish to continue this fight? You don't need to. Your pack will lose if you continue this." So I'll roll up persuasion again.
Yeah.
Right. Here we go. Wow.
Oh, this might be close. Let me look.
If you win him over, send him up to help me.
You have moderate success. Let me think here. He's going to continue to fight, but I'm going to apply a certain disadvantage I'm not going to say out loud.
Okay, well, if it looks like it's going to continue to fight, it might
Yeah.
change his mind after Elias hits it again.
It certainly might.
So that's what's going to happen.
Okay. Another Sacred Flame, or are you busting out a weapon?
Let's see. He's gonna
that
do-
Longinus wants blood, Elias.
He's gonna do a point blank guiding bolt level 1 on him.
All right.
So we're gonna roll that, see if it works. Probably will.
All up to the dice.
This is the cast.
It's a hit.
Okay. And as he does this, he shakes his head lightly before he opens his palm towards the werewolf, and 4 balls of light just smack into his chest, dealing 14 more points of damage.
Yeah. All right, let's see where this thing's health is at. It's losing its will to fight. You can tell it's heavily injured. But you're gonna need to roll a sense. What is it called?
Insight.
Insight. Yes, thank you. Sense motive. I'm so 3.5. I should just go back to
Oh my
it.
god, my
I'm sorry.
So you want me to do insight?
Yes.
Okay.
That's alright. I didn't think anything of it.
Yes. You can tell his will to fight is broken, but it doesn't look like he wants to stop while they're watching, while his pack would see.
I see.
There's a rock ball right there he could hide behind.
All right. So, yeah, but I guess they're locked right now. So what Elias does when he perceives that very well because the roll was so high. So Elias gives him a nod and he whispers to the werewolf. He says, "I understand how you feel. I will keep up the appearance of our fight until you have a chance to escape."
He doesn't respond, but you kind of understand that he gets the plan. And we'll see how it goes. You know that your fairies will continue to hit him unless you tell me otherwise. So.
Oh, I'll call them off for him now.
Okay, good deal.
I can change their hostility thing whenever.
Sure. Alex, it's your turn.
Alright, she is going to swing her Sorrowful Whip with a sweeping attack. Starting with Werewolf number 2.
Okay. That's a hit. All right, that one finishes off. How do you want to finish werewolf number 10?
She wants to be as merciful as possible because she did promise Emil that she would try to spare as much of the pack as she can, so she's just going to slash it across his chest directly into his heart and make it quick and as painless as.
Sure. You see a rib pop out of place. It's white bone showing up through its fur as it falls over dead.
Alright, and with the sweeping attack, I can choose another creature within 5 feet of the original target within my reach. If the original attack roll would hit the second creature, it takes damage equal to the number you roll on your superiority die.
Okay.
So,
what's that number?
The original hit was 20, so I'm assuming since I hit
Yeah.
the first one, it would hit the second one.
Exactly.
Okay, so it's going to take a d10 of damage.
All right. 3
Alright,
on
there you
werewolf 8. So it's 36 wound points so far on it.
She's going to look at it one more time. This is your last chance. We don't want to hurt any of you. Please stand down and join Emil. I promise you he will make a far better pack leader than the current one, forcing you to fight to your death.
Persuasion or intimidation, either one you like.
Just because I have proficiency with it.
Intimidation. Well, I mean, you just slew one of its pack mates right next to it.
Yeah.
And then you're talking very calmly to it as if you know it's going to die. That's pretty intimidating from my perspective. Alright, let's see how effective he is. Not enough. Yeah, you can tell his spirit's kind of broken as well. He knows this may be his last day under the sun. Or whatever this passes the sun in this land.
I promise to spare you if you help Emil now and free him from that.
Interesting. We'll have to see what happens.
I do still have one attack, so.
Do you want to use it? And if so, where?
She'll use it on Werewolf 11 to try to intimidate him further, since Werewolf 8 is already broken.
Okay. It's a hit.
For sure.
All right. Heavy damage on Werewolf 11.
The same deal goes for you. Stop your fighting now. We don't want to hurt you.
All right. With that, Werewolf 11 backs up. Do you want to take an attack of opportunity?
Nope. She'll allow him to step away. She's going to be a woman of...
All right. The werewolf, Elias, that you were talking to, leaps and growls, but it looks like it's trying to just jump over you. Do you want to... you can tell it's just trying to get through on the other side of you there.
He allows it to get by him. Yeah.
Sure, okay. It gets by you, and if you don't want to take an attack of opportunity against it, it's just going to stop right there.
Elias, he looks behind him and he sees Swifty, and he motions with his hand to let the werewolf pass, like he's not attacking.
Okay. When you make eye contact with him there, you can tell he understands. And he looks a little embarrassed from not being able to climb the cliff. So he does it like a chin up kind of like nod, trying to look cool.
All right, I know what you mean.
All right, werewolf number 7 here. It doesn't look like it cares as much for giving up at the moment. Maybe it's not in tune with the rest of his pack as he turns to Van Richten and attempts to bite him. He does hit. He barely injures Van Richten, though. Only 3 points of damage. All right. He's a tough old man, and the claws come afterwards, which do hit. But it's largely superficial. Van Richten looks like he's okay.
Did you do the Constitution roll for him?
I did.
Okay.
All right, werewolf number 8. This is the one right in front of Alex, and it is going to turn and assist Emil with the grapple.
Hooray!
And werewolf number 9 is going to try and maintain that grapple. It rolled really well, but Emil has advantage. Oh, actually, it gets disadvantage. So, because
strength,
yeah. All right, so that's a 15 versus. Yeah, okay. They break the grapple, and Emil is free by 1 point. If it wasn't for the help of that other werewolf, he may have still been pinned. But you see that all 3 werewolves wrestling around, and sides are changing as we speak. Werewolf number 8 looks like he can probably be counted as trusted, as does 11 and 6, yes. All right. They all look pretty battle-worn as well. And next up would be Swifty. But since Swifty got the word to let 6 be, he is going to try to climb again, because he knows he can do it, and he does. And then he leaps down and tackles Werewolf 7. Yes, he actually makes contact, grabs the other werewolf, and pins them to the ground. So Werewolf 7 is pinned. And now it's Willem's turn. He's going to hold his turn. It looks like there's so much going on, he doesn't know quite who to shoot, and if he shot near Swifty, he's afraid he might hit him. Jack, you also kind of get the idea that these arrows aren't really effective against other werewolves, so if he doesn't have a human target, he knows he's not going to be super effective. Jack, it's your turn. There's only one werewolf that seems to be hostile at this moment, and it's right next to you. A grapple was just broken between him and Emil. He also looks kind of afraid of you.
Green flame blade.
Okay. If he gets a save against it, it'll be with disadvantage.
No save, I just have to make an attack roll.
Okay. Now, Green Flame Blade is only useful for adjacent...
Within 5 feet.
Right, so it could jump to the Werewolf 8 if you'd like, but other than that, I don't think Green Flame Blade adds damage to the first target, does it?
Yeah, it does. 1d8.
Oh, okay. All right, your shadowy blade glows green for a moment as you slash in and hit this guy. And 21 points of damage. Excellent. That takes him to, let's see, how's he feeling?
Plus that much fire.
I'm just going to try this.
And that much in necrotic.
Oh yes, he is the hexed one, so that's a total of 21 points of damage. No, you didn't add those onto the actual creature. I'll do that. Okay, yeah, the one marked 9 is slashed by Jack's magical blade.
Last chance to live.
He is already intimidated by you. But
run away and never return.
You can do another intimidation check if you'd like, just to be persistent. I did not roll a d20. I grabbed the wrong die. Oh, okay, it rolled a natural 1. It does not resist your intimidation. Sometimes I just assign a difficulty to how much it would take to intimidate someone. But in a contest like this, I think it's appropriate to give you a better chance. So that werewolf looks like he is ready to give up. But he doesn't do so gracefully. In a very poutful, hateful kind of way. He just growls and steps back. You're not sure if you can trust this one completely or not, but it looks like he's stopped in combat. There's only one more werewolf left that is hostile, outwardly hostile at the moment. Jack, is that the end of your turn?
Unfortunately.
All right. Mr. Jeeves.
Yes.
There is a tussle going on as two werewolves are on the ground together. You would be firing into combat, but with your height advantage there, you can maybe get a or at least a normal attack off.
Okay, let's try it. But I don't know why that gave me. Why did they give me disadvantage?
He is on prone. It shouldn't be, because it doesn't know that you have the high ground, which equalizes
They
that.
cancel it out. Yeah.
Right. So that's the prone versus the height. That cancels. But he is in melee. He is grappling another creature at the moment.
Right.
But that's only enough cover to impose an armor class cover penalty, not impose disadvantage on your roll. So I'm just going to remove prone from him and have you roll again. And
right.
unless it says it said it dropped to 17. Let me just
Yeah.
check its AC manually. Hold on. Werewolf number 7. Yeah, that's going to hit it. That's fine. You can roll damage. It won't be a sneak attack, though, since he's got a little bit of cover.
But he's within 5 feet of my allies.
That's true, but any amount of cover breaks that, doesn't it? Breaks
No.
advantage?
As long as I have advantage on the attack.
Right, you don't have advantage on the attack because he has cover, right? 15 points of damage is nothing to sneeze at. Yeah, that werewolf's almost done for. Emil is going to step in between Jack and this other werewolf. And Emil's just going to tell him to leave.
Aw, Emil just saved that werewolf's life.
Yeah, both shitty rolls from the GM, but you think that the werewolf is about to just abandon the fight? Leo, you have a werewolf right next to you. It looks like if you could be creative enough to find a way to damage it, you might be able to finish it off. But these cursed creatures are immune to normal damage.
Alexandra can hand him her silver.
On her turn, she could.
You could take it. It's on her belt.
Or what?
Her silver rapier is dangling off of her belt.
I'll take it.
Sure.
He's literally right there.
Yeah, that's fine. So you grab a silver rapier from Alex's belt, and just roll. Well, let's see. What is this thing's? Yeah, I want to look at your stat block here for a second. I don't even think it's proficient with the regular weapons.
It is.
Proficient or not, it's pretty straightforward. You put the pointy end in the bad.
Is the werewolf pinned down?
Yes, it is prone, so it would get disadvantage. Well, I mean, you would get advantage. Well, I mean, yeah, it's not like a ranged attack like where Mark's at. Just roll a d20. You're not proficient with those weapons, but that's fine. You were a guard once. You know what it's like. Ooh, crap, man. I was hoping it'd be a good number that wouldn't make me think about this too much.
Don't
Normally
I
you
have advantage?
Sure, go ahead and roll another
does
one.
have advantage.
This rapier is a usually a finesse weapon, but it can be used as a strength-based attack, which is what would do better for you. So go ahead and roll another d20. Much better. All right, so we're going to say 14 plus 4 is 18, which is exceeding its armor class. So what's the damage on a rapier?
1d8.
Nice. Just roll 1d8. 5. All right, let's see how many hit points it has left. It's not many. But it's still alive. Okay, Leo. Good improv. Anything else?
Not really. Not much I can.
You still have inspiration to use before the night's up.
Well, you can hold on to that for multiple sessions if you'd like.
Yeah, I wouldn't use that yet. We're not in any.
You can also gift it to someone else if shit ever hits the fan.
I guess I'll hold on to it then.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't need it right now.
Yeah, I think we're in good enough shape.
All right. Van Richten is going to use his silvered cane sword and make a couple attacks at this werewolf. That's a hit. Why did that not roll damage on that puppy? There we go. Minimum damage. On his second attack, he hits. For another 5. Yeah, this werewolf is barely hanging on. Elias, it's your turn.
Okay. So he hears the action up north around this rock, so he's going to come around 5, 10, 15. And when he gets around here, Mike, you want to show any more of the map there?
Yeah. You can see there's more tall rocks that could be hiding stuff behind them.
Okay.
But you see a couple of different paths available to you.
Okay. He's
Even
gonna
to
continue.
the south, there's more.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to see some more of that. All right. So that was 15, and then 20, 25, 30. So he's going to get right next to this werewolf that's prone and almost dead. And he is going to extend his hand to it, and he's going to say, you don't have to fight any longer. I can tell you don't wish this upon yourself. Turn now, and Emil will be your leader. You don't have to do this.
All right. Roll persuasion.
Okay. I have another idea for persuasion. Persuasion itself doesn't work. 7. Here we go.
A natural 20.
Holy shit.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
No need. He's been wrestling around on the ground with Swifty, who had leapt from atop that rock onto him. And he was putting up a fight until he hears your words. He just stops fighting and is laying there on the ground now, with Swifty pinning him. There's no resistance on his part at this point.
Okay, Elias is also going to get, like, the thing is almost dead and is bleeding. He's going to give him a level 1 cure wounds to help him get out of there.
All right. Yeah, you think you've changed his mind.
All right, great. Elias looks around and he sees that the situation seems to have been basically taken care of for now. He doesn't even see the werewolf number 9 right now, so he thinks there's nothing else for him to do, so he's going to pass to Alex.
Ooh.
Hmm. Alex is going to head around here and try to peek around the corner quietly and see if there's any more she can see.
All right, I'll need a move silently or a hide, stealth, whatever it is now, and perception. I forgot Mark was hidden. Damn.
Yep.
I forgot you were hidden, dude. I'm sorry. Still, the cover, I'll have to look into that more later. The perception lets you kind of get a good sense of what's around. You don't hear anything hostile. Doesn't mean it's not there.
With that, she's going to head back over to Elias and she's going to glance to Jack and Emil. The way ahead looks clear. I can't see anything, but that doesn't mean they're not hiding.
Indeed.
All right, you can count yourselves out of initiative order for a moment. So, just all players can speak freely.
Yay.
What about werewolf number 9? Is it still hostile?
Werewolf number 9 is not. Yeah, there are no hostiles at the moment.
Okay.
Alexander is going to apologize to Emil for the death of one of his pack.
Emil is going to shift back into his human form and say, all of you know it will be better the way that I run things rather than Grizzlemane. He's all about the numbers, but what's really important is the pack's spirit and our abilities. And it's at that time you all get this sense that something dark is approaching from the mist over to the east.
Since we're out of initiative, Elias is going to throw another Cure Wounds on to Alex.
Thank you.
16.
Why do I not have this image available? Oh my god.
And actually, I almost forgot this, Mike. Whenever Elias heals somebody, he gets HP back himself. Let me figure out what that is. I think it's 2 each time. So give him back 4 wound points.
Alright, so you just only have 1 wound point now.
Let me make sure that's right. What is it? Blessed Healer, that's it. Yeah, it'd be 4. Almost forgot about that.
Approaching from the east, you hear a growl.
Wow.
In an accompaniment. What is this word I'm looking for? Accompaniment. How do you say it?
Accompaniment.
Yeah, accompaniment. Why is that so tough? Ugh, I'm terrible.
Why is there a D in the word fridge and not in refrigerate?
Oh my god, stop, you're hurting my brain. There appears to be about 4 werewolf archers that you can see. 3 werewolves, and all of them led by Grizzlemane. As he comes out of the fog, you see a werewolf whose left half of his face looks like it had been melted off somehow. And you can see this damage extends to his hand. He looks directly to Jack and then to Emil. And all you hear is an ear-piercing howl. And that's where we'll stop for the night.
Ew.
He's an ugly dude.
Yeah. Now I can see why Jack wants to use a potato.
You need some lotion.
Jesus Christ. Says the man who is trying to scrub scales off himself with an acid ooze.
Yeah, so this guy succeeded in doing that.
Yeah.
Needs potato oil.
Something certainly happened. I will be very eager to see Jack's response and Emil's efforts and how they play out next adventure. Until then, thanks everybody for joining me. It was nice to get together with everybody. I think this is the first time we've had, like, all of us together. And
wow.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'll be here on time next week.
Yeah. Spreading it out between more players means a little bit less turns every time, but I think it's still working out okay, right? Everyone feels like they have something to do.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm happy with how many werewolves we saved.
I'm surprised about that, really.
How many are following at this point?
loyally following or leaving. Two different things.
I
You know,
I think
follow.
Elias by himself like turned about 5 or 6 of them.
There have been... Let's see, because there's different archers versus werewolves.
We've got Swifty and William. They're loyal.
You guys have met about 11 werewolves so far. And you've only slain a couple.
Is green, so he looks loyal.
Yeah, Swifty, William, and then the werewolf 7 there that that backed off a step that's right next to Elias. He's also an ally at this point.
I think we've only killed 2.
Yeah. I think you've only killed a couple.
Kind of be an ally since Alexander convinced him to help Emil.
No, I think they're just trying to get out of here.
Oh, no. She's right. 8 would definitely be considered an ally. It's true. He actually jumped on top of the scuffle and physically broke them up.
11 just backed off. She just let him back off, so I can see why he would be hesitant still. But she did convince 8 to help.
Elias just healed 7 and helped him out to get out of there.
All right. Well, we will see the boss battle next week. Unless you guys talk your way out of it. God, you guys talk your way out of everything. If it's not bad enough that it's almost impossible to hit any of you. You're so smooth with your intimidations and persuasions that there's not been much combat. Even though the last 2 sessions... Yeah, the last 2 sessions have been all this map, and the next one, we'll see how much we use. Okay. It looks like Grizzlemane was tired of staying in his cave. He came out to play. We'll see how that resolves next week. Till then, goodbye.
Goodbye.